How you doing, YouTube? EJ Boxing Live here with another Game of Thrones, Blood of My Blood, season 6, episode 6. I tell you what, man, this is a good season. It's a good episode. We're gonna go into it. These styles. What was your take? Actually, you know what? Before I get it, because I'm gonna say a take. Before I get into it, so the season started, episode 6, Blood of My Blood. After Hodor, obviously everyone's upset with Hodor. Hodor's died, holding the door. Bran's being carried through the snow, and there's flashbacks. We get flashbacks of the Mad King, Iceman, the girls carrying through. Bran obviously comes and saves her, takes her away. These stars, what's your take on the flashback? Bran, obviously, just the whole thing with Bran coming back, and obviously the flashbacks. What's your take?
I like the flashbacks, man. The burn them all flashbacks. The Mad King, you know what I mean? It also kind of showed, it didn't show it happening, but it showed when Jaime took out a sword. I guess when he was about to, finish off the Mad King and stuff. Also, I noticed, I don't know if you noticed, it showed like Ned Stark, that is, and then it kind of showed like it was really quick, but like a handful of blood, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if that means that he helped his sister like give birth to Jon. If in fact he is the son of Lyanna, Yeah. They're gonna touch base on some of those things, but the one thing I noticed, I don't know if you noticed it, was the wildfire in the hallway of the dungeon. Did you see that?
Yeah. What's that mean? A lot of people have been talking about it. I didn't really.
Well, I mean, I'm putting.
Go ahead.
Look, I mean, we got to go back to season 2, the House of the Undying, when Daenerys is, looking at things in the future, and she's in the throne room, and it's all burned down.
Mm-hmm.
I think something's going to happen where King's Landing is going to burn down, I believe. Maybe it won't be this season or something, but it's going to burn down. Maybe when the real war starts, but that's what I think that was, man. But I like the flashbacks. A lot of teasers. When Bran woke up, he was like, they found us. And then Cold Hands comes out, which nobody expected. I mean, he's a character from the book, but nobody expected him to pop up here. It was literally out of nowhere. And, he obviously killed some of the whites, but where were the White Walkers though? They just stayed behind. Like I don't.
Yeah, but one of the White Walkers got killed, and remember them things? They were the ones killing Hodor, so they're gonna be the first ones. They're the ones who run through. Like the White Walkers were walking. Them guys can run faster. You how quickly they went to the top of the tree and jumped down through into the cave. So we know the White Walkers. They take their time with everything, but they ain't no hurry. They just they're always walking. They don't run.
True.
So that's why. But Bran coming back, yeah, he ain't Bran no more. He got the White Walkers nearly changed him, and the children, they saved him, right?
They saved him, but he's basically like, I guess he's dead too. The Uncle Benjen,
half dead.
Came with magic.
He's half zombie. Yeah. What do they mean? Like, so they.
That's a good word for it. He's like a zombie. He's like a live zombie.
Yeah,
but he still has his mind. His human mind.
Go ahead.
Well, I think that's what Uncle Benjen is. Although, I'll be honest with you though, that whole scene should have been the finale of the show. Episode.
Really?
They should have done that till the end. Yeah, because it was. We've been waiting for Uncle Benjen for what now? Since season 1?
Yeah.
Since he left the wall?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I was a little I don't know about you, underwhelmed. Like I thought it would be more of a surprise when Uncle Benjen, it's like, okay, we have a whole show left. I think that should have been the finale. Not the season, but the show.
What's the
where
thing
he reveals himself?
What's the big thing with Benjen though? I don't understand why everyone's so caught up on Benjen. Like I don't understand. Like what? I mean, he's the uncle. He's Ned's brother, and he's the uncle of Bran. But other than that, like I don't understand why people want him to come back. Like, he didn't do anything. I saw anything.
Well, the importance of Benjen kind of faded away though, because if you think about it, season 1, like mid-season, he goes north of the wall, right? So with a bunch of with some of the best like rangers, you know, the best fighters and stuff.
Yeah.
Disappear. They never come back, and everybody kind of forgot about them for a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what happened to them, or like the mystique of it got lost? Because by now we've already seen the undead. You know what I mean? We've already seen them kill like. We've already seen the White Walkers. Like, you know what I mean? So that's why it seems now like it's not a big deal and stuff. But maybe Uncle Benton should have been discovered like 2 seasons ago. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, I would have think so. So, hey, what's your take on seeing the Mad King yelling, "Burn them all"? Like, I mean, the wildfire. Why? What I took from the wildfire is that he used that to burn people alive in it because the king was mad. He used to, because he is the one of the kings used it because they wanted to turn into the dragon, and they ended up burning themselves. So the wildfire was there underneath the castle at the time. Tyrion used it himself to deal with what's his name again, Baratheon. What's his name, Stannis. He uses Stannis. So they know they've got loads of supply of dragon fire down there, and over the age it gets more powerful. So what that to me wasn't anything, but seeing the Mad King. Seeing the flashback of the Mad King, whoa, I was like, wow, they actually showed the kid burn them all. And obviously Jamie and stuff. So that's the flashback to me. It was pretty good, but seeing the Mad
It's that obsession with fire that he has. And this is what I know this is a big leap. But when we get to the Daenerys part, I'm going to tell you my theory on the burn them all thing. I'll tell you when we get to Daenerys.
Okay, no problem. All right, so we're going to get to Sam Tully and Gilly and the baby. So they're traveling to see his dad and going back there, and he gets there and nice reception from his mom and his sister and whatever. It was all right until the dad comes. You know, dad starts probing questions, and the dad finds out that Gilly's a wild and he properly disrespects her. They leave the table. Sam's just sitting there quivering of his dad. He was obviously scared of his dad. They decide anyway, you're gonna leave her here, and then he changes his mind, takes the sword. He said, obviously, the dad said that sword's been in our family for a million years. And Sam finally finds some. Gillian actually defends him, tells him about obviously Sam's killed a White Walker and killed one of the wildlings, one of the tough wildlings as well. So she big stand up for him. But him taking the sword was a big step, and taking Gilly. I don't know where he's going, to be honest with you, with the sword, because it was interesting that he left the boat in there to escort because obviously his dad's there. They escorted him to the thing. So when they're leaving, who's going to be escorting him back out? You know, I'm interested in that. And I'm thinking, Sam, you know, even though you got the sword, you don't even have to wield it. You don't even have to wield it, to be honest with you. I know you killed one of the White Walkers. So I'm interested to see where it goes. What's your take on that little scenario, on that little bit? The whole thing with Sam and Gilly, the whole thing with the sword and that.
Well, you know, they get there. Obviously, the mom obviously still loves Sam. You know, she doesn't have a problem with him. You could tell he's a mama's boy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe that was his problem growing up, too much of a mama's boy. But and obviously his sister likes him. You know, she likes her brother and stuff. I don't even think his younger brother, had a problem with him either. You know, about how he went hunting and this and that. But I think what the dad was kind of like living with it, you know. But once, what's her name again? The wildling girl.
Oh, Gilly.
Yeah, once she decided to reveal that she's a wildling, I mean, the dad lost it. You know, I mean, he just at that point he wasn't even referring to her as her or whore, like he was referring to her as it. You know, it.
Mm-hmm.
You bring it to my table, like it's not even human. Like, you know what I mean? And the dad basically at that point, when the mom excused herself, he's like, oh, you know, just to please my wife, we'll keep that girl here, and she can work in the kitchens, and your bastard son, like, he'll be raised here, and you will never come back. You know, he just made that clear. He reminds me of Tywin, man. He reminds me of Tywin Lannister.
Yeah, that's what they said. They did say that. They said he's actually more ruthless than Tywin.
He's pretty ruthless on Sam, that's for sure, man.
Yeah, Sam.
I mean, this is the heir to his house, and he just sent him to Castle Black to quote unquote make him a man. You know, but I will say this though, it doesn't take away the fact that the dad's an asshole. Okay, Lord Charlie's a fucking asshole. Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, dude, Sam is such a wuss, man. Like, I mean, it's I don't like. I know this is sound bad, but I don't blame the dad for being disappointed in his eldest son.
Really?
He's just big. He's fat. You know, he refused to learn how to fight. He has no balls. He has no backbone. I mean, the dad's just talking shit to him, and he just like quivers and looks down. Like it's, you know, it doesn't make the dad a good person, but I understand where he's coming from. I guess you could say.
Mm.
You know, like if you're gonna pass on your house and your sword and your castle like to somebody, you want it to be in the hands of somebody that could defend it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think from the dad's perspective, again, I need to make this clear. It doesn't mean he's a good person, right? And you know, but I understand why he's disappointed in Sam, man. Sam spent all that time in Castle Black. Didn't learn how to fucking wield the sword, man. Like it's sad, you know.
Yeah, but the thing is, it sounds like Tyrion. Tyrion doesn't know how to wield a sword, but he's very deadly with his brain.
Oh,
You know?
but did you ever see Tyrion quivering on his feet when his dad talked to him?
No, that's what you got a good point there. That's a very good
Also,
point.
Tyrion. I mean, Tyrion is not a fighter, but he still grabbed that axe and started swinging. You know, when he had to.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, you're right. But then, yeah, all right, you got a good point. But I get, all right, you got a good point. But I don't understand like he wants his dad to be a wielding warrior to continue his name. He's actually more smarter than that. And because the other son looks like he's about it though. What do you think? The other son looks like he's about that life, isn't it? He looks like he's he reminds me of his son, other son, his brother. So his brother reminds me of Jamie Lannister, good looking guy. He looks like he'd be able to walk.
Exactly. You know, like I think he's kind of, even when he said something like, you could tell though that his younger brother like wanted to get along with Sam, but he kind of like didn't want to because the dad was there.
Okay.
But when he finally like got the courage to say like, yeah, we hunted and I shot it from 70 feet away, and having a conversation with his brother, and his dad even salutes him for it. You know, and it's like it seemed like they were all just getting along, and it's just the dad just decided to be an asshole. You know, when Sam tried to get the bread.
Yeah. Oh, that was terrible.
He told him like, you're fat enough. It's just like, damn, man. It's just like, poor kid.
Oh man.
And you even looked when he was like talking down to Sam, like his brother was just like quiet. Look, he looked kind of awkward, like he didn't know what to say. You know.
Yeah, but you know the thing is, yeah, in them households, they were respectful of their fathers. Even what's his Bran and the thingy. You know what I'm saying? In each household, they know. I don't see anyone being when the dad starts disrespecting, especially Tywin when he starts going in, and not everyone keeps quiet. You know what I'm saying? Like no one really. I know it's an arsehole, but like I think they're quite. Even with the Frey, Walter Frey, he's bloody rude as well. And no one. You see, everyone just quivers in their boots because I think they have some sort of respect because the guy's done a lot, and maybe he's. You know, they heard he's a proper good warrior as well. His dad can fight, man. So I think it's the case of that as well. His dad can kick his ass, man.
You know, I mean, here's the thing, man. Like. Tarly's he's just a ruthless guy, you know. I think again, I just gotta look at it from his perspective. You know, he wanted a son, you know, like a manly son, a warrior, you know, the heir to his throne. You know, that's what he wanted. But he got Sam, you know, and Sam has his own gifts. He's a smart guy, you know. He's a book smart kind of guy.
Yeah.
You know, but dad doesn't care about that. I mean, he just told his dad like, I'm gonna become. Most families will be okay with it. Like, I'm going to go become a maester and stuff, you know? Most families would actually be okay with that. Like, damn, my son's super smart. He's going to go be a maester. Tarly doesn't care about that. He does not want his son to be a maester.
Yeah.
He even told him, you heard him, right? Like, I thought, like, sending to Castle Black was going to make you a man, you know? And, you know, he's really disappointed, Tarly, to say the least. But I will say this though, he's like the cool asshole, you know. Like ever since Tywin died, I've been wanting a guy like that in the show, and we finally got it, so that's good.
Yeah, another thing as well, I think he sent him to the Black so the other son could take his legacy maybe as well, and maybe that might have been a strategy for for Thingy Tony. That man showing.
Yeah, let's say hypothetically, right? Let's say Samuel would have lost a lot of weight, learned how to fucking fight like a Jon Snow or something like that.
Yeah.
Charlie would have loved his son. Like, he would have been like, oh my God, like, I made the right choice by sending you to Castle Black. I knew it would turn you into a man, right?
Yeah.
And I think maybe on at that, Lord Tarvin, you know?
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, that's our take on that bit. So let's move on to what's her name again? The lady from the Reach. What's her name again? Oh, good. Tommen. What's the queen's name? Marjorie. Marjorie Tyrell. Marjorie Tommen, whatever her name is, or whatever. Marjorie Lannister, or whatever it is. Marjorie Baratheon. It'll be Marjorie Baratheon, by the way, because they're married. So Marjorie's there in the keep. She's talking to Tommen, and she's saying she's done bad ways. And it's a bloody. This is confusing. Last week she's talking to her brother. Stay strong. Brother said he can't stand it no more. He needs to get out. This week she look like she's drunk the Kool-Aid. She's drunk the Kool-Aid and she's good. And she's trying to tell Tommen she wasn't that bad. She's much better. And she basically convinced Tommen, in my opinion, that Tommen, should join in with the Faith Militant and they become one. And in that little whole scenario, she doesn't have to do the walk. And I was disgusted. I want to see some bloodshed, and they need to be outed, and then they never got it, and that's why I'm upset with this episode. So I was peed at this bit. So what's your take on that bit?
Look, this is why when Robert Baratheon was dying in his deathbed, this is why he wanted Ned Stark to be, presiding as king until his son came of age. You know what I mean? Because a child should not be the king.
Yeah.
It's because shit like this happens. A child's mind is not fully developed. You know what I mean? So it can easily be manipulated, a child's mind. And that's what we're seeing here. Tommy does not know what he's doing. He's acting out of emotion here. He did something obviously without his dad, Jaime, knowing, right? And obviously Cersei didn't know either. And he did it he basically acted, he made a bad judgment call, in my opinion, The Faith Militant were about to be taken out. Yeah.
They were taken out, and I was about to rejoice. And I never saw it, and I ain't seen it. And I'm upset.
Which, by the way, I used to say, like, the Faith Militant, like, they're just acting out of principle, but they're starting to love the power, I think. They're starting to like it.
Oh, so I'm glad you saw that. I was trying to tell you from time, man. Look, they got the King's Guard got the bloody star around about the crown, man. They got about the stag. They got the King's Star around the stag. I'm like, man, around the Baratheon, oh, man. I'm like, man, come on, man. That's messed up right there. That is truly messed up, right? It just is. It's just like, oh man, how you gonna do this now? And then they strip Jaime of his of the King's Guard. He's not the King's Guard no more. What's your take on that bit?
Yeah, well, first of all, I found it funny how what's the name of the head of the house of the
Tyrells.
The Tyrells.
Yeah,
I don't know. He was being all like over dramatic, like we will, overcome, and like it was just. And Jamie's looked at him like, okay, dude, like, but ready to fight, man. Like he was ready to. He wants to kill some of these dudes. You could tell.
Yeah, man.
It's almost like he wanted them to like resist. He couldn't wait, and he was more willing to do it because these were not Lannister soldiers anyway.
Nope.
So. He was ready to fight these dudes, and obviously when Tommen walks out, the Queen of Thorns is she's like, what the hell, and the Tyrells don't know what the hell is going on. Jaime obviously didn't know what the hell was going on. Just the mastermind of this dude, man, the High Sparrow. The dude's a fucking mastermind. He just the smile in his face, that the look he was giving Jaime, like, yeah, I got you. Just loving that power. It was just it made me want to like choke him to death right there,
Yeah.
And of course, Tommen strips him of being the commander of the Kingsguard and basically commands him to go get some house back from the
River Run.
The River Run, yeah. So, that's how Jaime's going to serve now. He's going to have to be commander of the Lannister army, basically.
Messed up, man. It's messed up. Stripped him, sent him out there. But now he's become a Lannister. He has no ties to the Kingsguard, and now he can take his dad's place where his dad wanted him to. He could become the Lannister army, and they can go and do their thing. So I think that's a good way. Well, at least they're free. He's free of the Kingsguard. His son's there, but who's going to be looking after his son? His son's going to be manipulated. How Cersei? Cersei's going to be left alone because Jamie said, well, I got to go and do that. Who's going to look after you? She goes, I'm going to be all right. But I'll tell you what, if Gregor Lane gets took down by the thing, she's doomed, man. She's doomed, She's doomed, man. You better hope that guy, if she tricks thing by combat, if she does trial by combat, that the hope Greg Legane or Rob Strongbow, whatever you call him, they don't mess up his head. I hope not, man, because they were supposed to be dealt with, So I don't know what's gonna happen there, but it's interesting times up in King's Landing. We're moving on to what's her name again? Not Cersei. What's his name again? What's Needle's name again? Needle. What's that?
Ira?
Ira. Yeah, Ira. What's the last name? Ira. What's her last name? Stark. Yeah, Ira Stark. She's at the play and she's watching the midget Tommen and the whole situation string out. It all plays out. Tommen dies, whatever, and the Queen. And then she ends up getting the conversation with the Queen Cersei or the woman actress playing Cersei, and she decides not to kill her, which I was happy for. And she actually tells her that, watch out for that one, she's trying to kill you. She finds Needle, and she's out, and then the other girl goes back. I don't know, they call her the Reefer or something, her name is. She goes and tells Jaqen and
Niche, yeah.
Yeah, you know what, it's true. She tells him, wait, can I kill her now? And he goes, yeah, but just be nice, innit, whatever. And he's like, yeah, I'm on it. So Sandstar, what's your take on Sandstar, the Reef, the axe, not killing the girl, and getting Needle back? Needle's back in the picture.
First of all, I like the plays, man. That was kind of cool. Like their version of the story where Joffrey's like the victim and stuff. It's just hilarious. Ira, she this is like the first time she's been asked to kill someone or had to kill someone that she didn't have some type of beef with, Yeah. So she couldn't do it. Like, she's not made for that type of stuff, man. She wants to kill, but she wants to kill the people that have hurt her family and her. She doesn't want to kill like just random people like that. So I don't know if the snitch, whatever her name is, right? I don't know if she said, "Can I kill her now?" That's what they implied.
Yeah.
But so I'm not sure. I'm thinking the same thing. I think it probably does mean that, but she didn't quite say that. She said, "You promised me," and he said, "Well, don't let her suffer."
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure if it actually means kill her, though. But it set it up. In the next episode, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I have a feeling Ira's going to kill that girl, though.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. We have to wait and see about one. We have to see and see. I hope not. Well, she tries to. Ira's ready for her. Ira will whoop her ass. She's got Needle back, so she can fight, man. She better mind up. But she's been in training. But man, if that girl catches, I don't know what wickedness they're gonna do to her. Take her eyes. I don't know. The many-faced scars. She couldn't do it. A lot of people predicted that, and she's gonna go on to try and do what she was there for, kill the people who wronged their family. So hopefully we see some of that stuff. All right, we're gonna move on. Moving on swiftly to Water Frey, and he's complaining that the what's his name, the black guy. What's the game? The Tully guy. What's the guy? Blackfish. Yeah, Blackfish just took him back River Run, and he's cussing off his sons, and then he needs to go back to take. He has enough of bowing down to the Tullys all the years in arrogance. He wants it back, and he demands it back. And also, it shows that they kept his son, they kept his nephew. They're going to use him as a bargaining chip, whatever, to get River Run. That's interesting. So Water Frey's got a couple of tricks up his sleeve. Whether Blackfish bows down to that, So, what's your take on Walter Frey coming back in the picture and he's all pissed off and all bent and that? What's your take?
Well, first of all, it's showing that he's losing control. I mean, he has no control of the Riverlands. You know what I mean? And he's just desperate to keep control. There's something bigger going on here, though. You know, and a lot of people haven't caught on to it. What's happening? So Blackfish has taken back Riverrun, right?
Yeah.
The Lannisters are going to go fight the Blackfish to help the Freys, since the Freys did the job for them as a favor to kill the Starks and stuff during their war.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Jon Snow and them, like the Wildlings and the rebels up north, they're going to contact Blackfish, right? Because they're fighting the Boltons.
Yeah.
Those are part of the Red Wedding too. Now Ramsay killed, he killed Walter Frey's daughter. Whether Walter Frey will realize that yet or not, I don't know. So there's a conflict there. The Boltons, were already preparing for a Lannister invasion, if you remember.
Yeah.
Because they quote unquote, stole Sansa from them. I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And Tywin's plan was always to get the heir of Sansa and Tyrion to be the ruler over there in the north. Yeah. So the Boltons betrayed the Lannisters, right? Mm-hmm. So what happens if the Boltons are fighting the Blackfish, and the Lannisters are fighting the Blackfish, but then the Lannisters want to fight the Boltons? See what I'm getting at here?
Yeah.
This is Littlefinger pulling the strings again. You know what I mean? This is all Littlefinger's doing, dude. Like, the chaos that this dude is causing is unbelievable. Not to mention the Freys beef now with the Boltons, which is obvious, I think. They haven't really said in the show yet, but, it was almost a breaking of the contract. I mean, if you think about it. So, a lot of drama, man. I wouldn't be shocked whatsoever if, because Jaime at this point has complete control of the Lannister army, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jaime sent Brienne to go find Sansa. You know what I mean? So what happens if Brienne runs into Jaime while she's on her way to about the war in the north?
Sticky.
Like, this is, dude, this is going to be crazy how this shit's going to unfold.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
A lot of crazy stuff, man. A lot of, like, who do you fight? If your biggest enemy is enemy with your other enemy, what do you do?
Yeah.
If destroying one enemy makes the other enemy stronger, do you kill that enemy? Like, what do you do? Like, it's just one of those situations, man. It's a cluster. This is what the stuff that's going to happen. It's going to be interesting in the coming weeks.
Yeah, you got a good point, man. That's a lot of cross lines, crossing over each other, and I can actually see what you're talking about now. Very interesting. I also see some bloodshed.
Plus, Littlefinger, practically, he has control over the army of the Vale. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's true.
So, how is that going to play into the factor?
Maybe he's going to come back and help Sansa at some point, or not. I don't know. Or maybe he's going to turn against Sansa with the army, because he's got the Vale. Is the Vale army going back to the Vale? Because they're not going to be useful. I mean, they might as well go back there and chill.
No, this dude is planning something with the army of the Vale. Like, he's going to do something. You know what I mean? Right now, the Vale's basically neutral when you think about it. They never really joined any part of the war. So, Littlefinger's positioned right now, literally, to join any winning side, whoever that might be, at any point. If that's the Boltons, if that's the Lannisters, if that's the North, matter to Littlefinger. You know what I mean? He's going to join the winning side. Watch.
Yeah, you can see that. You can see that happening. Definitely. All right, so we can see what happens from that scenario with the Freys and the whole situation, how they're going to go. Hopefully we get some action, man. All right, we get into Bran. Is it Bran? What's Bran's uncle name? Benjen. Benjamin's there in the forest, and he sits there and he explains what happened, how he with the children of the forest, and the Bran, and talking about Bran. When the king comes, you'll be waiting for them. What's your situation on Bran and that? Because I think you had something to say about that situation anyway. Oh, actually, you wanted to say something about Daenerys. I think was it Bran's situation or Daenerys you wanted to talk about at the start of the show?
Well, it was Daenerys. Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, I think we covered Bran's situation already. Actually, let's get to Daenerys.
Yeah.
Okay, we covered Bran. Um, he's gonna be there when the White King comes. Let's talk about Daenerys' situation. The Daenerys and the king, the second son. Is the second son? Is the second son's the king? Yeah, the only second son anyway. He's there.
The one with her. Yeah.
Yeah, he's there with her. She goes, wait a minute. Comes back with the dragon, head of the dragon. Starts speeding up some stuff.
Oh, something like that.
Huh?
Novels, right? Something like that. I forgot the name.
No, Dahari or something. It's not. Yeah, I know. Yeah. And yeah, she rides off, comes back with the dragon, and the dragon's big, man. It's grown. Dragon's big. I just see how many wings he's got. Just covered the whole freaking army, man. And she's there spouting off. You know, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do that. The plot of that. We're gonna come and take this, take that. And I was like, yeah, same here. You've been spouting off it from one. Yeah, I want to see something. Anyway, so my whole thing is that I ain't seeing nothing. It's the same as every episode, and I'm not seeing nothing. It's just words with no actions. What's your take on it?
Okay, so let me get this straight, right? They already saw her walk out of the fire, and they already bowed down to her, and they're already following her, right?
Yeah.
They're not complaining; they're just following her, and then she just decides, wait here,
Yeah.
right? Takes off, comes back with a big fucking dragon, right? And then gives them a speech like, "Are you going to follow me? Are you going to be with me? Are you with me? Yes or no?" It was just a little too much. They're like, of course they are. They're already following you. What else do you want? You know, it was like a pointless. You know, like those when coaches give like a halftime speech.
Yeah.
You know, you give a halftime speech because it's halftime and you want to pump up your players. You know, and you know, this should have been a speech for like when at the brink of defeat, or you know, when it looks like they want to quit or something. You know, it was just a very random, out of nowhere speech. Like the directors were trying way too hard with this thing.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. It was a waste of CGI, because the dragon looked great. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I agree.
What I would have done as a director is I would have just kept them, you know, moving the way they were moving.
Mm-hmm.
Nowhere, just have the dragon make a noise and everybody's looking around.
Mm-hmm.
And just have like the dragon like kind of fly over them or something, you know, or something like that. That would have been enough. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But no, like really, she's gonna come back on top of the dragon, and she's gonna just, you know, it was just so random. You know, it was just so random.
I wasn't happy with it, to be honest with you. It's just more of the same thing, and I wasn't happy with it, man. I want to see some shit, man. Take the dragon. Fly where you got to go. It seems like she got control of the dragon, bro, as well. She could fly all the way to thing. It only takes a couple of minutes to fly. She could fly to Volantis or whatever it is. Marine. She could be there in a couple of bits, you know? So, the way it ended, I was pissed. I was like, man, and, you know, to be honest with you, if you've got anything else to say, that episode to me wasn't that good. It started good, and it just dipped, and I wasn't happy with the episode, to be fair.
Well, because you want the sparrows dead.
Yeah. you know. I thought they were gonna die, man. That was my prediction from last week. I wanted them dead. So I'm gonna rate this episode 5. I'm gonna give it a 5. What'd you rate this one?
I'll actually give it an 8. I'll give it an 8.
Last week you done 8.5, right? Last week was 8.5.
Yeah, last week was 8. I'll give this one an 8 because the ending fell flat. I did want to give my theory though on the burn them all. You know,
good.
Because look, sometimes things aren't like they seem, man. The Mad King, he wasn't always crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't always this crazy dude and shit. I think his name was Ares the second. He wasn't always crazy, but he lost his mind at some point, and he became extremely obsessed with fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he became obsessed with, like, burn them all. Like, he became extremely obsessed with that at some point. And I think one of the reasons, they're showing this whole burn them all thing, right? And they showed the fire in the hallways and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Daenerys, in my opinion, do you remember when she burned down all the cows and shit in that little temple or whatever?
Yeah.
Did you notice how she was like smirking and like almost looked like she was enjoying it?
Yeah.
Dudes are burning alive.
Yeah.
And then now Tyrion has, she has this that one religion of the light god or whatever.
Yeah.
Where they do sacrifices of burning people.
Yeah.
And they believe that burning people is like the purity of this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
I think Daenerys is going to start becoming obsessed with burning people. You know what I mean? She was already talking about burning the harpies with her dragons and stuff.
Yeah.
I won't be shocked if the day when King's Landing is burned down. King's Landing is fucking weak right now. Okay, there's all this war going on in Westeros right now. King's Landing is for the taking. Okay, if anybody knew how weak King's Landing is right now, they would have already invaded. You know what I mean? Stannis would have easily taken King's Landing in the position it is right now, but the Lannister army is going to go to the Riverlands. They're going to be damaged there. I'm telling you right now, I think Daenerys is the one that's going to burn down King's Landing.
Yeah, that could happen.
I think she's going to be the one to burn down King's Landing, burn it down with the dragons and shit. She's going to just be obsessed with burning them all. She's going to become extremely obsessed, and they're foreshadowing it. Noticed how what's your boy toy called again?
Daenerys, the second son.
The second son guy, yeah.
Is he named Daenerys? Is he named?
He's already like picked up on it, right? She's such an incompetent leader. Like, that's not her role, So with that, what are you gonna do when you're there? What are you gonna do? Like, you're not meant to rule. And she's like, well, what am I meant to be? And she said, you're a conqueror, Daenerys Stormborn. That's all she is. She's just going to conquer Westeros. She's going to burn shit to the ground. And I'm telling you right now, she's going to end up being the bad guy at some point. She's going to turn evil at some point, I believe.
Okay. So I've been saying I was going to ask you for a prediction. Well, you seem like you gave it in. So that's your prediction happening. What's your prediction for next episode, number 7?
I think they've already shown the previews of when Jaime runs into the Blackfish. Yeah. I don't know if they're going to fight yet. I think they're going to try and negotiate some type of deal or something, or surrender. Obviously, that's not going to happen. Brienne's going to be there by then or not. But I'm assuming she will. It's such a coincidence, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think Jon Snow and is going to find an ally in the north somehow. Because I know in the books, like, Stannis is the one that's getting allies in the north, and I think in this case it's going to be Jon Snow. But he's going to find some loyal allies up north, and I think someone's going to die, man. Someone's going to die. I just don't know who. I don't know who. But I think a big character is going to die.
Yeah, possibly, maybe. But I can tell you what, when what's the name again? Brienne's gonna go to talk to Blackfish. He ain't coming out of the castle. I can tell you that, because they wanted to come help, but he can't help there because the Lannisters on their doorstep. So she can't really do anything. He can't do anything because he has to deal with the Lannisters and the Freys. The Lannisters and the Freys are teaming up because the Lannisters and the Freys, they still have a connection because his dad helped kill the Starks, so they still have that connection. So Blackfish is there. He goes, well, I can't do anything. They're trying to take my castle. I can't let them take my stronghold. He can't move. So Brienne's gonna have send a Raven and say, oh, just get Mice to send a Raven. She can't do anything. So my prediction for next week, Ramsey meets up with Jon Snow in the snow, and then there's some war. Hopefully they get it on, man. They get it on. Maybe Cersei. Maybe they put Cersei on the walk, or they put Cersei in trial. Maybe we see that, and I don't know. I think they might mess up with Cersei. I think they might do something to Long Strongbow. I think they might mess with his wires or something like that. Have him turn on Cersei. In prediction next week, maybe Cersei dies next week. Maybe Cersei dies.
I don't think Cersei's gonna die. I don't think she's gonna die.
That's what I'm saying, because she thinks she's confidently knows what's going on, and she's been beat at every step. So she thinks her giant.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying he turns against her and kills her. And the Maystar, they buy out the Maystar. And you know what I mean? So that's my prediction next week. So we gave our rating, we gave our prediction. Alright, well, anything else you want to add?
No, so far, I mean, I don't know. I know you thought the show was kind of flat.
Flat. I wasn't really.
They could have done some better parts, man. They could have done some better parts. I did want your opinion on the overall acting. Do you think the quality of the acting has dropped since seasons 1, 2, and 3?
I don't really value Sam Tarly's dad. I don't think he's that convincing of actor. I think they could have put someone else in there. And the Mad King, showing the picture of the Mad King, it was just like some mad, at random actor. You know, what they're gonna build on that? You know what I mean? What's the point? What's the point of showing that thing? I just felt like it was cheap to me. And at the end of it, when you see her and the dragon, I said, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. Another thing as well, what pissed me off, really, really pissed me off, yeah? That's why I don't really like it that much, yeah? Is seeing, last week you saw, what's the girl from the Tyrell? What's her name again? Oh, gosh. What's the girl from the Tyrell? The one in prison? Marjorie.
Oh, Marjorie?
Yeah, Marjorie. Marjorie last week was like, man, I'm not giving up. Don't give up. Don't bend. Don't do this. And this week she said she completely drunk the Kool-Aid. Like, what?
She did it for her brother, yeah.
Yeah, she just drunk. So people think she's playing the game, she's going to turn on the High Sparrow, hopefully. But, man, she convinced Joffrey to join with the High Sparrow. So I don't know what's going to happen there, man. But the thing is, the High Sparrow thinks he's got control of the king. Nah, Marjorie's lethal, bro. Marjorie, the king will do anything what Marjorie said. So hopefully Marjorie can manipulate him to get rid of the High Sparrow, because I can't stand them, lot. So, but I didn't really like the episode, and I thought it was too much of Sam Tarly and that whole thing with his dad. And then, to be honest with you, that they didn't need to be there. It could have been a little bit, but that took the bulk of the episode. And Benjen, with the Benjen thing, again, I like Benjen saving them, but again, I like it to lead to something. So Benjen saves them, says this is your destiny. We know that's his destiny. I want him to do something, But if people are happy to see Benjen, I guess that's going to make a lot of people happy. But I haven't read the books, so I'm just going by what it is. So to me, seeing Benjen is like, yeah, and what? He didn't do nothing for me. He hadn't done nothing. What's so special about Benjen?
They waited too long to show Benjen. That's because you see, if he would have, like, let's say Jon Snow or somebody would have found him like 3 seasons ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he would have told the story of, we went far north and we ran into the White Walkers.
Yeah.
And they killed us all.
Mm.
And then at that point, there would have been more mystique to the story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The story, it doesn't sound that big of a deal when we've already seen the White Walkers kill a bunch of people. Because we were not seeing the White Walkers that much from season 1 to 4. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Well, man, I'm just like goof. I'm like goof, to be honest with you. And like, I know we both do this yesterday. We normally do, but hey, things happen. Hope you guys enjoy the show. We've got Chris Caban and Ben Umar. I'm gonna do a separate show with them because I think me and D-Star got this thing going, and we're gonna do it every week. But Chris Caban and Umar, I'm gonna do a separate thing with you and get your take on it of the show. But D-Stars, man, thanks for coming over, man. I appreciate it, man. You gotta get that money, so I understand. Next week, so we say next week, same time?
Yep.
Okay, cool, man. All right, Fight fans or YouTube people, make sure you check out D-Stars channel on YouTube. I'm EJ Boxing Live, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.